Welcome back, everyone, to the show. I am your host, as always, J Villain, aka That Villain J. We got a special treat for you tonight. We're back in Mono Red, and the dragons are returning. It's the Dragons Return, Mono Red, Big Boy Burn deck. And I gotta give a big shout out to my boy Majh from the Twitch and the Discord, who was part of the inspiration for this deck. I liked kind of the format that he had, so I kind of took it and ran with it, made it my own. Remember, guys, you shouldn't be imitating decks exactly. Decks are for inspiration, not imitation, because you're never going to play like the person who built it. You're a different person. You're always going to play a little different. Always make things your own. That's my motto. So, what do we got? Well, let me show you. Crash Through. When you need trample, is very good. But also, when you need a card, it's very good. Careless Celebrant. I love this card. I think it's underrated. It's a 2-drop, 2/1, so you can put pressure on people. And when it dies, it does 2 damage to an opponent it controls. That'll kill a lot of stuff. If somebody blocks him and then dies, you can do the 2 damage to the person you blocked. That'll kill a lot of stuff. Even reverse it. Are they coming at you? Block it. They get 2 damage, do 2 more. With the amount of burn that we have, this is a great early attacker and early blocker. Raking Claws. Can't tell you how much damage I've done with this big boy right here. Double strike into the end of turn. When you throw anybody into that, especially unexpectedly, you can really up the damage. And cycling. You don't want it? Chuck it. Scorching Dragonfire. We all know that dragons breathe fire. 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If that creature would have died this turn, exile it. No more resurrection for you. Bonecrusher Giant. Damage can't be prevented, and you can stomp for 2. Then, of course, a 4/3, and if it gets targeted by a spell, well, he does a little damage. Gadrak, the Crown-Scourge. This dragon likes jewelry. He is wearing a bunch of gold necklaces and sitting on a pile of treasure, which means that he's got to have lots of artifacts. Alright? So, I like him because he can't really attack right away, but he is a great early blocker and a great flying blocker at 3. When you do eventually kill everything and get those artifacts up, then you can do it. Plus, he generates artifacts that let you ramp mana too. Slaying Fire. This is always going to do 4 damage, and that's to any target. I've finished off players with this one because it lets you go any target, and it's always going to be adamant. Valakut Exploration. This is a tricky one. We're exploring this right now. When it's landfall, you exile the top card of your library, you can play it. Alright? At the beginning of your end step, if there are cards exiled, put them in their owner's graveyard. Then Valakut Exploration deals that much damage. So it puts cards into exile, then you can play them, and then it puts them in the graveyard. When you landfall, well, what's good about that? Well, it does 1 damage because you can usually get 1 card out. If you want to up the amount of landfall you get, you can add some Fabled Passageways or something else. But the trick is, well, I'll show you what the trick is in 1 second. Heraldic Banner. Choose a color, obviously red. It counts as an artifact. This is going to help you add more mana because next turn you're going to have 5 on round 4. So you can tap it, add a red mana, and everything you get of that color gets 1. Irencrag Feat. We want mana. We want to ramp. We want to push the aggression. 7 red mana, and then we can only cast 1 more spell. But if we make it a big spell, it's going to be worth it. Leyline Tyrant. Hey, you know him, you love him. He's a big boy dragon, a 4/4 for a 4-drop. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phase ends. When he dies, you pay that amount. When you do, he deals that much damage. A good trick, play Irencrag, attack with Leyline Tyrant, and if he dies, guess what? All that mana can go into one thing. That's a lot of damage. Tectonic Giant, underrated card in my opinion. 3/4, 4-drop. Whenever Tectonic Giant becomes the target of a spell or ability or attacks, He does 3 damage to each opponent, or you can exile the top card of your library and 2 cards and play one of them. Torbran, Thane of Redfell. There he is, the big burly dwarf with the red beard and the redder nose. And a nice axe. Red sources do that much damage plus 2. So this goes with Valakut Explanation. Guess what? Exploration. Guess what? When he does that damage, when Valakut throws that 1 damage, it's now 3 damage. And that's a lot for just dropping a land. Always makes your cards worth it. Purphoros. Bronze-blooded. He is a god. He is a 7/6 indestructible. He gives everybody haste. He's a little bit late to get out, which is why I don't like him. But with as much ramp that we have, he's definitely worth it. And we can put red creature cards or artifacts from our hand to the battlefield and then sacrifice them. So if we need to throw somebody out there, he can do it. We just have one of him to throw him out. Terror of the Peaks. Ooh, he's a big boy right there. And he is serious. Flying, 5/4, 5-drop, 2 red. Spells that target him cost an additional 3 life. And whenever another creature enters, he does damage equal to that creature's power to the target. Whoosh. Guess what? We got Torbran out. He's going to do that power plus 2. That's a lot of damage, guys. Fiery Emancipation. The big boy. This is kind of what we want to use Irencrag feet on to get him out fast. If a sorcery would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple damage. Wow. That is the big boy right there. Alright, triple damage. We want to land triple damage with Torbran, right? And what that means is that it's going to be 2, whatever we do. So let's say Slaying Fire is 4, plus 2 is 6, tripling it is 18. That's 18 damage to any target for 3 mana. Ooh, that's a lot of burn right there. That is Heart of a Star burn right there. Oh yeah, that'll get you. And to finish him off, we have Yidaro, Wandering Monster. I've never used him before. I like him. He is what Godzilla, the Inevitable End, if you have the Godzilla cards. You can cycle him, basically, and if you've cycled him more than 4 times, you get to put him in your battlefield. So that is the interesting one. Well, he is 7, he's big, he is trample and haste. But what we can do with him, if you don't think you're going to cycle him that much, this is kind of for long games. You can always Irencrag feet him out on the board on round 4. And an 8/8 trample haste on round 4 is very hard to deal with. That is not an easy thing to deal with unless they have direct damage. Especially if you bring out Yidaro maybe on round 5 or round 6 with Irencrag feet and you have, what's that big boy called? Terror of the Peaks ready? Ooh, that's going to do a lot of pain because that's 8. Don't let it be triple. Don't let it be triple with Fiery Emancipation because that's going to be 24. 30 if you have Torbran out. All right. So you see where we're going with this. We have a Shatterskull Smashing just to round us out. We're a little bit mana low. I think we could probably get away with throwing 1 more mana in there. Some of these, this does add mana, but we still want to be able to get enough. So we're going to go 22 mana, 61 cards, what I don't normally do. We take a look into the big board. We're a little expensive at 3/5. Don't need to see too much. Plenty of creatures, plenty of sorceries. Heavy on that. And as you can see, take a look at it here. We're kind of heavier than we normally are. Okay, so we're really living at kind of like 3, 4, and 5. We do have some early drops with 2 if you want to put some more early drops or protectors in, but we're kind of going to use our burn cards to keep people off of us initially. So that's the idea anyways. So with that being said, why don't we get started? Let's take a look at it, how it does in Diamond. And of course, as always, you know what I'm going to say, guys. Gently caress that like button. Give the thumbs up a soft push. Give that subscribe button a gentle caress. And you will avoid the like and subscribe. He will not come after you. He will leave you alone. And that's the best advice that I can give you right now. This close to Halloween and a full moon, just avoid him. Subscribe. Join us on our Twitch, twitch.tv/thatvillainj. Always having a good time there, chatting and hanging out and testing decks. And if you can't get enough villain, well, the Villain's Lair's for you. That's our Discord. As always, all of these links will be in the description. Let's see if we can't do a little damage tonight, folks. How about it? Huh? Let's go. How's everybody doing tonight out there? Out in Twitch world. Ooh, a little bit slow, but I think we can make it. Hopefully he's not running something too crazy. We're on the play, so we'll be able to get some stuff out. I think I want to play Gadrak first, then Heroic. We can Irencrag into Fiery Emancipation. He's playing red, but I think that we can maybe outpace him a little bit because he didn't play anything initially, so he didn't come at us right out the gate. Alright, so we're going to put Gadrak out. Okay, we're gonna put down that. Yeah, we're gonna put down that. Red. We could Bonecrusher, but not yet. Because she can't get through yet. And I want to wait until... I think I'm going to Irencrag and Emancipate. Although I might put Tectonic Giant out. I might wait. Depends how he plays it. There's Castle Garenberg, so he's ramping to something. He's looking at Gadrak. He's giving Gadrak a good look here. I don't trust that he doesn't have something in his hand to pump up Rada, Heart of Keld. So there's Opportunistic Dragon. So that means he's going to grab her mana until it dies. That's too bad. So we are going to Tectonic Giant this. We are going to... Should we Irencrag and fight? No, we need a Tectonic Giant right now. Let's see what happens here. He can hit Castle Garenberg. What are you doing, buddy? There's Terror Beaks. I might Irencrag Yidaro out. I might Irencrag Yidaro out because that would be a big hit. And we're only one away from hard casting Fiery Emancipation. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So let's see how he deals with that. Because that's a big hit, especially with the 3 that I just did. That's going to be 11. That'll put him down to 6. And if I can hard cast if I can hard cast Fiery Emancipation, I can hit him with Bonecrusher for 6 immediately. Yeah, it's kind of impressive that I got a whatchamacallit, a mirror match right away. So the good news is that he's just gonna lose because I'm gonna hard cast Fiery Emancipation. So unless he can get rid of Yidaro, he's pretty much screwed. Derek's Harbinger ain't gonna do it, bud, because it's gonna be 24 damage. That's 4. Is he gonna bring out another one that's 4? Oh, and a 4. Okay. Pretty good. That cost him all of his power. So let's see what we get here. He was actually able to deal with Yidaro. That's pretty impressive. Did not attack. There's Leyline Tyrant. Put Fire Emancipation out. I'm still at 20, so it's really it's on him to do something about it. There's Leaf Commander. He's gonna do 4 damage to Gadrak. So right now my best hope is that I draw a direct damage card, win, and that's not gonna be it. So Stomp will do that much. Leyline Tyrant will do not enough. Let's play Crash Through first. Hey, we got it. Look at that. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards. All we needed was that Crash Through. Gave us an extra card, and we got our Slaying Fire. And we hit him for 12 damage. Thanks to Fire Emancipation. Fire Emancipation is broken as all hell. And part of the bonus that we can get there of Irencrag Feat is to just jack our mana way, way up and get it out a lot earlier than it should be, because it should be an end game, and we move it to the mid game if we play our cards right. No pun intended. All right, let's see if we can find something else besides a dragon mirror match. Here we go. Absolute heart of the cards play right there. I just believed, and my deck knew we were totally in sync, and it just was like, oh, perfect. And it said, I know what you need, man. You need this burn, man. You need this burn in your life. And I burned him. I burned him good. All right, so not great, but all right. I'm going to play Crash Through to draw a card right away. Yeah, might as well. Okay, good. We're a little bit late. We're going to get Leyline Tyrant out. We can Slaying Fire early on. He's playing that. Hey, Crossfire, what's up, man? How you doing? I'm glad you're here tonight. You can keep bandits under control. Valakut Exploration, there's that. It's round 2. I think we're going to have Valakut out next. There's Jubilant Skybounder. He's going to be a problem because he's going to cost more to kill people with. But we do have Flyer, so I'm not worried about an Azorius Flyer too much. Okay, alright. So, we're going to play that. Leyline Tyrant. And we'll do 1 damage to him. Watcher of the Spheres. Jubilant Skybounder. So it's going to cost 2 and 2 to do damage. Yidaro Wandering Monster. So how much is it going to cost to do direct damage to him? That's my real question. No attacks. 1 damage to him. Gotta get rid of those Jubilant Skybounders. To any target. Because it's going to be way too expensive to start targeting him with stuff. So we're going to play Tectonic Giant. Maybe we have a counterspell coming. Nope, we don't. Purphoros is ready to go. Tectonic Giant is also ready to go because everybody has. We want to deal damage. Resolve. Let's see. If he lets some stuff through, I'm going to absolutely beat his ass with Raking Claws. Just absolutely. I mean, so there's that. Next. Too bad we don't have trample, but okay. Is he going to double block me? No, he's not going to double block me. Alright, so that was a lot of damage. Alright, and then he's going to take 1. Alright. So, might have a board wipe, but he's indestructible, so let me step back. Yeah, there's a board wipe right there. I figured as much. I'm going to take action. Tectonic Giant is actually a giant, so he did not get wiped. And then we're going to do 2 direct damage to him. And then we are going to say boof. And then we are going to pass the boof. We're going to put this big boy out. We're going to say that you're ready to go. You, sir, have double strike. And we're going to send you in with a big brush load of smite. We're going to hit you with that. Off. Poof, and pop. Negative 16. Okay. Unholy Fury. Yeah, he had a board wipe, but unfortunately for him, the board wipe he had is destroy all non-giants, and Tectonic Giant is a giant. It says right in the name. Giant. Tectonic. So there's that. Can everybody hear me out there? I haven't seen anybody say anything in the chat in a while. I'm worried I'm disconnected. Okay, good. I guess you guys were just in awe of the amount of pain that I brought. That's the only thing that I can think of, is that I rendered you guys speechless. Dragon's Return, he's back. Y'all just out there playing each other. I know. I know. Josh Fu. We've been doing it tonight, guys. Ooh, I actually like this hand. Luckily, we haven't been playing too many hyper fast decks and mill decks. This is a little bit vulnerable to mill. I'm not gonna lie. And I think we're about to face mill, so he might stop us in our track. Anytime I see a blue card go down, that's usually what I think. Yep, there's mill right there. We're gonna slaying fire him immediately, so we're gonna do that. Okay, so alright, so I said if he keeps his mana untapped, I'm not going to play Leyline Tyrant because I feel like he's going to counter it. But with a 1-drop, he probably doesn't have a 1-drop counter. Heraldic Banner will give us what we need. He might send him back to our hand here, is kind of what I'm expecting, using my psychic powers. Ooh, interesting. When a land enters the battlefield, if that player had another land end of this turn, they return. Okay, so that's the anti-land drop card. Unfortunately, I don't do that, so... Might be a counterspell coming up. Nope, nope. Let me resolve it. 5. There we go. He's going to frantic inventory me. Could have played that other Heraldic Banner. I didn't realize that. Could have played 2. That's a misplan on my part. I don't think it's going to matter. 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. What is he doing? What is this, card draw tribal? I think it's just card draw tribal. They had a good meme, a Rick and Morty one, that was when your opponent is playing crazy jank. And you can't figure out what he's doing yet. Shows him going, what is he doing? What is he crafting over there? What is happening? Alright. Careless Celebrant, so let's put down this. Red. Alright. Ooh, he took control of it. Well, we got all the mana in the world we could use right now. There's Runecrab again. He keeps throwing away creatures and we keep drawing mana, so Auto Shuffler is not doing us any favors. Yeah, and that's more mana. So, got a real good do-nothing tribal here. He wanted him out of the way. Okay. So we can generate, at this point, 10 mana, and if we want, we could do 7 with 3 left over. So we could play a 3 mana and then a 7 mana creature, which is pretty impressive. Teferi's Tutelage is not what we needed to see, especially with Teferi's Angel's Insight. And if he puts us if he top decks another mana card, we're in deep shit. There's Maestro Winds again. I knew we were going to get milled. As soon as I said this deck is weak against mill decks, that's the Auto Shuffler heard me and was like, the Q heard me and the Auto Shuffler and everybody heard me and they were like, oh, that's what he wants. Yeah, you can actually switch him around and he can hit me for 8 too, but I don't think he's going for the hard kill there. He's just going for a straight blue mill. Honestly, milling is about the only thing blue. Look at that. Another mana. Yeah, he's thrown away everything good. My Terror of the Peaks, Leyline Tyrant. He has just thrown away every single card that I can play. And I'm back to doing the classic dance here. Doing the classic dance of I know, bold take, mono blue mill deck. The issue that I'm having is that I am drawing nothing but mana. And he's just going to keep getting card draw. He's probably going to mill me out this turn. Because he's just got a handful of card draw. And once these mill engines get going with stuff like that, there's just nothing you can do. He stole my Leyline Tyrant with whatchamacallit. Oh, Raking Claws, excellent. That's great for the creatures I don't have, so we'll cycle that and draw another mana. Let's see. Can we draw another mana? That'd be great. Now he's just going to sit there. That's good. So he countered it. Return that to my hand. We do that. Build 2 cards, top deck 2 cards. Oh, there goes that. And we're just going to put ourselves out of the pain here. Yeah, thanks, Auto Shuffler. I really appreciate drawing mana every single turn. I run 22 mana in this deck, and already had 8 of them on the board, but you can't tell me they didn't tweak the Auto Shuffler. I notice a significant change. It doesn't feel I don't know. It just feels off. Sorry if you're suffering under the errors and effects that they put out. They've been saying, oh, we're a small indie studio. We didn't mean to screw everything up. We don't know what we're doing. Which was basically the summary of what they said. They're very, very sorry that everything got effed up. Okay, so we can Irencrag a Yidaro Wandering Monster. That'll be pretty cool. We're going to hold on to him because I think we can Irencrag him. He hasn't played anything yet. Okay, this is it, and he hasn't done anything, so I'm not going to do anything. We do have Slaying Fire for whatever he puts down right now. I think I want to play Slaying Fire on whatever hits the board. Just to have him defenseless. Look at the top 3 cards of your library and put them in any order. Okay. Yeah, they mean they can't be bothered to spend money to do shit properly. That's what small indie studio means. Then it was probably, I mean, my reaction is, yeah, I understand you're a small indie studio and you have trouble. Then you probably shouldn't have taken on Hasbro or Wizards of the Coast biggest game, biggest card game of all times if you didn't have the resources to do it properly. So, you know, there's that. And also, Hasbro sits on a gigantic pile of money. Tell them that one of their big money makers is broken and you need more staff and equipment. So, you know, try that route maybe. I'm just saying. He's going to be really mad when he sees me Irencrag this thing out again. Yeah, so that's a scoop. That was pretty funny there. I Irencragged it twice in a row, and he said, well, this guy's Irencragging me again for 8 on round 5. They tweaked the shuffler to account for so much mill. That might be the truth. I don't see it getting better, though. I see it getting worse. It doesn't give me mana when I need it, and when I need anything but mana, it just floods me with mana. I feel like that's the main thing that they changed, was something about the mana probability got a little bit off kilter. It usually gave you a pretty smooth draw, but I feel like it changed it. I don't know what could they have been trying to do to accommodate for mill, though. That's the question. What was the goal? Good hand, good hand. Okay, so there we go. We're going to play Crash Through and draw a card. Alright, let's Slang Fire. Perfect. Careless Celebrant's next, unless we come out with something big. We can Bone Crush it. Then Valakut, then Torbran. Scourge, 1. Perfect. Okay, Careless Celebrant can deal with him. They slowed down some animations and then screwed up a bunch of other ones, so I would recommend that you do not attack right now. Don't do it. Okay. Right, so we are going to Bone Crush you. There we go. And then we're going to attack with you. Alright. Oh, well, that had the opposite effect because a lot of times I have plenty of cards to play and then Mill leaves me all effed up. So I don't think that that was the right thing to do there. The Ozlith. Very good. Your shield. Can't put it on yet. Eat that one. That was not very smart. You did not read the card. Yeah, that might have been the intention, but I don't think that that was in practice what happened. No. Turn. So he's giving me all of his counters? Okay, he's out of there. Yeah, burning up too much of his stuff. So this does have a weakness to Mill, because anything besides Mill we won. So we're 3-1 now, and we got time for a few more matches. Let's see if we can go 5-1. I think that would be good. This is a very good deck, by the way. Expensive, a little bit expensive, but it is a tier 1 deck. I think you could probably make Mythic with it if you put your own little spin on it. You could probably make Mythic with this. Purphoros, you did good, but I'm not sold on you yet. I'm gonna stomp you right away. You don't get to hang out. I know about you. I've played you too many times. Selfless Savior, you can stay. That's all right. Oh, another Speak of the Dead. Okay. Alright, so we're going to put down Bonecrusher. %, rear weight, tier 0, god tier, 100% win, guaranteed mythic secret deck, I think is what you meant. foolproof, yeah. Alright, so who do we want to get rid of first? Because he's gonna... Yeah, I think Dax. Let's see what he does here. He's gonna sacrifice. Alright, so I'm gonna interrupt this. I want you to do damage first. And then we're gonna interrupt that. There's the Banishing Light. Had to spend his turn on that one. So he's gaining life. Luckily for him, we do have some Slaying Fire for him right here. So we luckily, we had a little bit of extra fire for him. Did not run out. That was nice. Alcides. He needs one for Alcides. I need a creature is what I need. Jesus. Oh, Lord. Purphoros. It's on him. He can go full board, but I can do 4. So I think I gotta get rid of that Hollow Priest next. Banishing Light. Good call. I didn't really need Purphoros that much, so honestly, he's kind of doing me a favor here. I can't believe he's getting beaten with 3 mana. I guess it's just quite weenie. There's Torbran of Redfell, so that'll certainly help. My mouse just disappeared. My cursor just disappeared. Do you see that, guys? Can somebody clip it? Look, my mouse just disappeared. Oh my goodness. There it goes. Wow. Oh, I almost had the slow... Almost had slow drops. Here, am I going to get slow drops? We had slow dropsy for a while. Oof. We're getting some bugs tonight, guys. Let's see. He might be McBash and have an unlimited supply of banishments in his hand. You never know when you're going to run into a wild McBash on the board here, and they just have an infinite amount of ways to banish you. That's how they hack the game, and they just pile in more and more and more exiles, more than the game would even allow. 10 or 12 of them at a time. So you never know when that's going to happen. Oh, look, a mana. Wonderful. I need blockers. So as much as I'd like to attack, he's very close to being able to start angeling me to death, and I have not seen a dragon yet. Less than 30% chance of a land, and we are just landing ourselves to death here. If he's smart, he'd sack one of the... Okay, yeah, there he goes. Yeah, I don't know what he was waiting for that for. He's got to do that. Yeah, that's your best bet. So unless I draw a dragon here, he's pretty much in the clear. Oh, lo and behold. Still don't think I can block this much. The lagging, the cursor disappearing and slow card. Thank you. I want to make a bug report with that. I know that they're flooded with bug reports, but that might be a new one. I haven't had cursor disappear yet. That might be new. Irencrag feet is the last thing that I need. So we're done here. Drew a lot of spells and was unable to get him right where I need him. Let's go one more. We're 3-2. Or are we 4-2? I can't remember. We got one more in us, right? I think we are 4. Yeah, we won 4 because I started with 4. Doesn't matter. Let's go one more. I don't know why we're manaing so much. What if we try this last one with 1 less mana? Because we're at 61 right now. What if we try it with 1 less? What if we did it? Yeah, Life Gain is a bad burn matchup. Especially Weenie White Gain, which was his really, really cheap White Gain. Because the problem is that even when I'm spending more money to kill his creatures than he is putting them out. So that's kind of the poor matchup. Ooh, that's a bad hand. That's a better hand, but it's not great. Actually, it's still not very good, but we can at least Fiery Emancipation, you're too expensive, homie. Okay, yeah, I feel a little bit more comfortable now. We can cycle Raking Claws if we don't get anything, and we have a little bit of a removal there. So we're a little bit better. Ralphast. Hello. Elk Ranger, how you doing, man? Alright, so this is a cycling deck, so we gotta nip that in the bud. Scommed TV, how you doing? Yeah, this is a pretty gross cycling deck. Yeah, the cycling decks are pretty brainless too. They're up there with shrine decks with just nonsensical stuff. We're gonna cycle that ourselves as we say that, but it's the only card we have with cycling. Alright, perfect. Boom. That's exactly what we needed. We can get Leyline out. Extinction Event is very bad because it is exile. Yeah. He is not doing very much. There's Yidaro, so he's thinking about getting Yidaro out. He's done him twice. He's probably got 4 of them in there. We'll see what happens. He is still cycling. Yeah, this is just a Yidaro. This is just a Yidaro searcher. Yeah, that's the 3rd time he's done him. So let's see if he gets him number 4. Yeah, that's number 4. No blocks. Who do we want? Let's get another Leyline out. Oh, it is a white. footfall. Yeah, it is total trash. I'm just gonna do that. If I can pull off this combo, I should be okay. So the most he can get it up is to is 6. Village Rescuer, he's actually going to play him. He's got Zenith Flare. We'll put him out. Yeah, if he Zenith Flares me, it's over with, so... if not, I might have a fighting chance. I can't imagine that he doesn't have it yet. Yeah, there it is. There's a second one. He could have done that a long time ago. I don't know why he didn't just do that. I hate ending on a bad note with that cancer of a deck, but nobody watches it, so doesn't really matter. Should we go one more, guys, make the video extra long, or should we just hang it up there? I think I've made my point. What do you think? I'll leave it up to the Twitch. I'm good. I made my point. All right. I think I made my point. So yeah, if you're not running against cancer decks, it's a pretty fun one to play. If you are running against cancer decks, well, pretty much nothing is good against cancer decks. So what can I say? I think we still went 4 and 3. And then we glitched out and had some auto shuffler problems though. But the first 2 games definitely showed us what we can do with it and the power that it has. So I'm pretty happy with this performance. Can it use a little bit of tweaking? I think so. But for now, we'll leave it at that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And have a good night. Have a good day. And bye-bye.